everyone, this is Phyllis, Super Cra-Z-Crafts, and today I'm going to show you how to make this bow and braid bracelet on the Super Cra-Z-Loom. What's nice about this is we can make both halves at the same time, and it makes it a little bit quicker. Went ahead and already laid out one half. We're going to do my second one in white and pink. And so we'll go ahead and get started. Even though this cannot be placed in the staggered configuration, you can still make this bracelet on this loom. So what I did was I actually skipped this first row, and on the second row I'm going to go ahead and put my one right here. Push it down. And then we're going to do the outside rows first. So we'll go ahead, go like this, and this. And then we're just going to go down the sides first. I am using Crazloom's rubber bands on this project, in case you're wondering. And then we're going to stop second from the end. We'll come back up and we're going to go down the other side. Okay, stop there. Now we're going to come all the way back up here, and we're going to start in the center with your colored bands. I chose pink for this one. And this middle one, we do take it all the way down to the very last one here. And then we're going to take 3 rubber bands. This is the bow part. So we're going to take 3 rubber bands. Go from here to here, and go ahead and push them down. We're going to get quite a few rubber bands on this peg right here. And then for the other side, take 3 more. And then we're going to cap this off with a pink band on this one here. I like to wind it 3 times. You can do 2, but I just like the way it does on 3. It makes it a little bit tighter in the bow. Just wrap it around. Whoops. There's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now we're ready to start hooking. And the getting started is what's probably, I guess, the hardest here. I'm going to go ahead and catch the first side over here that's on top. Get underneath that cap band and catch those 3 bands right there. Might have to hold the cap band so it doesn't come off. Bring those over here. And then we'll go back and get the other side. It's a little bit easier once you hook the first one. Oh, oops, I missed one. If you missed one like I did, go back and get it. All right. And then we're going to hook up the center first. So go back in, grab that bottom band. It'll be a little bit loose here initially on this loom right here because there's not a lot of stretch because of the it's not in the staggered configuration. All right, so when we go up from here, we're going to take it, we're going to go over this side, we're going to go over to this side. And this is how we're going to do it all the way up. So go in, grab, and whichever way is comfortable for you, go right and then left, or left and then right, just as long as it looks like this. Go all the way up. Right there, last one just goes right up here, and then we're going to come back down here, and you can work either the right or the left side first, it doesn't matter. And on these bottom ones there's a little bit of tension, you might have to kind of release it a little bit so your bands don't break, just on the bow part. Oops, get in underneath that bow and grab that one. I like to start each side and get the bow part out of the way. It makes it easier for the rest of it. It's not too hard. Kind of like a triple single. And then just bring this over to the center and come back down here. Oops. All right. I had a request to do this again, and I thought since I was doing the same tutorial on the same bracelet, I would do it on a different loom. So those of you that have gone out and gotten this Super Cra-Z-Loom could see how to do it. even though this is not in a staggered position. And then go ahead and get that bottom one down here. This one's got a little bit of a tension too, so be careful that you don't break your band. And then what I do temporarily is I go ahead and bring that over like a slip knot so that I can temporarily hold it. I'm pulling this off. Go ahead and release the tension off before you pull it tight. Just pull it on there a little bit, and that'll hold it while we're taking it off. Then you can just wiggle it back and forth. Oops. I like to go ahead and go down here and release these because there's a lot of tension on the bow part of the band. Just get under there and pull it off, and then you can go ahead and pull this the rest of the way off so you don't break your bands. So we have our first side done. Kind of straighten it out a little bit. And if you got any bands that twisted, of course, you can usually fix those by using your fingers to twist them back around. Okay, so here's the first side of the bow. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a middle piece here on this cap band before we attach it to the other side. I'm going to go ahead and use another pink rubber band. I'm going to wrap it around my hook 3 times. Right there, you see that? And then what we're going to do, we're just going to get this cap band here, put your hook up through there, catch all 3 of those bands that are in the cap band, and we're going to pull this over onto that cap band in the center. Whoops, I don't want to pull it all the way off. Just a second here. It's hard to do it through the camera. Okay, pull this off on here so that it's in the center. And then we're going to hook it onto the second half. When you're hooking this, you want to make sure that you have both sides facing the same way. So when you get ready to hook it on, I got my hook the wrong way, just a second. I'm going to switch hooks. We want to make sure that this braid part right here is pointing down when we hook it back on the other side. So go ahead and make sure that's pointing down and hook it on. This acts as your cap band on this side. Okay, so we've got that on there. And then I like to go ahead and pull on it so that I can see where what I'm pulling at, and I'm going to go ahead and go inside like I did on the first time. I'm going to grab the first top 3 bands of the bow, pull it over to this side, come down, get the other 3. Don't grab that bottom one, just get the bow. Okay, and then, whoops, and now we'll get that center one. Bring it up here. Okay, and now we're going to do the same thing we did the first time. We're going to come in here. We're going to grab these and pull them across. Okay, then come back down here, do the same thing, work either the right or the left side, whichever one you want to work first. And remember to kind of release the tension on this first one here for the bow. Okay, come back down. Bring it in, go down, get the very bottom one, carefully bring it up. Bring that bottom over, make a slip knot. Go ahead and pull it off, pull it a little bit tight so it won't come undone while you're pulling it off. Go ahead and release the tension down here on the bottom bows. And then you can go ahead and just kind of wiggle it back and forth. Okay, and then we're going to kind of, I got a couple of my bands twisted up here when I was pulling it off. I'll have to fix that later. Oh, there they go. They're coming back. I kind of just try to pull it a little bit. You'll notice that the bands that you had on the outside are actually the ones that end up on the inside when you're done. And see, both sides are the same. There's your bow in the center. And you can, instead of wrapping bands for the center, if you want to put a pony bead, it's another option. I like to straighten my bow bands out here. Sometimes they'll get twisted. So you can fix that. Make your bow look pretty. And there you go. And then you can use your C-clips or S-clips to join it. This bracelet here is 7 inches long. It was made on 11 pegs. And then the 12th one was the little, this one right here. If you make it on 10 pegs, with the 11th one being these, then it makes it about 6 inches long. So depending on what size your wrist is, you can either make it on 11 or on 10. And that's how you can adjust your wrist size depending on if you're making it for an adult or for a child. I hope you like this tutorial on the Cra-Z-Loom, Super Cra-Z-Loom. Let me know if there's any other tutorials that you'd like me to see me do for on the rainbow loom or the monster tail. I don't have the new little finger loom. I'm not sure if I'm going to purchase it or not. We'll just have to wait and see. But I actually like this bracelet. It's reversible. I mean, you can wear it this side, or you can wear it this side, whatever you prefer. Thanks again for watching. Come back and check out my channel again later. Bye.